So it's been just over a year since I started my YouTube channel. I started in May of 2020 and we're now of June of 2021. So I wanted to give a quick look back on my first year on YouTube, what I've learned, some of the analytics, what's changed, what's stayed the same, and just kind of go through a little bit of background about the channel and share some analytics as well. So my first video came out May of last year. I was scripting everything. I was doing a lot of work before I was filming. I didn't have this bookcase behind me. I had just a blank wall, a different background entirely, and the content that I was putting out wasn't getting a ton of views. I was still trying to figure out my niche and what I wanted. I knew I wanted to do something about movies. Obviously, movies is something I'm very passionate about, but that's still also a very broad scope. So my first few videos were just generic movie videos. They weren't anything exciting. And when I first started, I was posting twice a week. I was posting on Tuesdays and Thursdays, as I found out those were the days that were doing well in SEO and to get the most views. So that was my strategy. And I was posting repurposed versions on social media and pushing that traffic to YouTube. Again, brand new channel. I think I maybe had like 10 subscribers when I started, which were friends and family. And that was basically it. I knew I wanted to get monetized eventually when I was able to meet those thresholds. So I kind of kept that in mind as I was planning my first videos. So I made them longer videos. Right now, you have to have at least 8 minutes of content to get those mid-roll ads, which are the ads you see when you watch a video and then 5 minutes in there's an ad. My first few videos were at about 10 minutes, maybe 12, I think, when I first started out. Right now they're usually between 20 to 30 minutes. Again, it depends on how much I talk, how long the movie is, a variety of things. But so having longer content means you can have more ads in it as well, so that will help with your monetization. I filmed some of my first videos on an iPad, which are a bit cringy to think back and watch now. But I knew I just wanted to get started. I knew I'd figure it out as I went along, and I'd grow and I'd learn. But getting started is obviously the toughest part, because once you put it out there, it's out there forever. If you do delete a video off YouTube, you lose all those views. I knew it would be a long game. I had no expectations of being an overnight success. I know that has happened to a few people and I'm so happy for them, but that was not my case. So when I started in May, my first video went out, and I will show you how many views I got, what my subscribers look like from May of 2020 compared to May of 2021. My content's changed. I now do reaction videos, which I started in October of last year, which was a big push, I think, to helping me reach those thresholds and to just grow my channel. And it's something I hadn't thought of originally when I started this channel, and I've just fallen in love with it. And I really do feel like I'm sharing my first time watching with everybody, especially given the state of the world at the time when I started this channel. There was a lot of alone time and a lot of isolation, so it really helped me to feel like I could connect through something I'm so passionate about, which is movies, and share that love of movies with all the people on the internet, basically. But no, it's been great. The support's been amazing. So I'm excited to take a look back and just see how much has changed and how far we've come. And I'm looking forward to seeing how far it's even gonna go in a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, whatever that looks like. So some of the analytics, you can see this right now. I'm at my lifetime under my views. So my channel has gotten over 200,000 views so far in a year, which is crazy. I can't believe that many of you have watched my content, and it just blows my mind every day. So thank you so much. Yeah, I still can't believe that's real. So under my lifetime views for my channel, you can see how last year in March, when I wasn't posting, there was obviously no views because the channel didn't exist. And then when I started posting in May, I was getting a few views. June, a little bit more. There was a big spike there on June 18th for whatever reason I posted, they really liked. And then I actually took some time off. I didn't post anything from July, August, September until I started again in October. So that's why you see this kind of just lull of nothing, because I wasn't posting new content. And then when I started up again in October, that's when things start going, okay, a couple hundred a day, 500 a day, and just see these spikes grow and grow and grow. Obviously there were some days where I suddenly got 1,000 views in one day, which was crazy, and then suddenly get 2,000, and just the numbers getting bigger and bigger as I go along, which has been amazing. And just to see that growth has been incredible. So if I go to views under May of 2020, and it'll show you that I got 397 views for 21 days in May. I think my first video went out on the 10th or something like that. But I mean, I knew I was a new channel. I wasn't expecting to have crazy amounts of numbers. Honestly, I was just glad that it was in the positives and that the numbers were growing. I knew it was a long game. I knew I needed to be consistent and stick with it, and I would see the growth and I would see the numbers. So honestly, the first few videos I put up were just mostly for learning. I obviously want everybody to enjoy the content, but I was not expecting to get millions of views instantly. So you can see how my first video went out, I had 16 views, and then 10, and obviously the days I post were higher. It kind of looks like a weird mountain range with these peaks and valleys. The days I didn't post, obviously views were a lot less because there's new content for people to watch on your channel. If someone comes to your channel and they want to consume all the pieces of content you have, they love your stuff, they want to watch everything you have, but you're a brand new channel and say you only have 3 videos, okay, well they've watched those 3 videos and then that's it. Again, the chances of someone coming in and watching every single video that you publish is not likely. I wouldn't make the assumption that everybody who comes to your channel is familiar with your content. That's why I kind of give the same rambly speech every time at the beginning of my videos, because I don't know if someone is seeing this and it's the first time they've ever been introduced to my content. I don't know if it's the same person who's been watching my video since day one, but I always start the video with the same introduction and introduce myself. So if it is someone new, they don't feel like they're missing out. They don't feel like, oh, she's talking about something that I wasn't a part of. You know, I want everybody to feel welcome on my channel. I want everybody to feel included. And chances are, if you look at a channel that has crazy high amounts of views, it's because they have tons of content for people to consume. So like I said, if you go to somebody's YouTube channel and they have 300 videos and I'm a super fan and I want to watch everything that they've ever put out ever, now I have 300 pieces of content I can watch. So I'm going to binge watch all of that, and that's just going to bump up their watch time even more. Same thing like I said with longer videos, where if you put out a 10-minute video, someone might only watch the first, 4 minutes, as opposed to if I put out a 2-minute video, someone might watch the first 30 seconds and then click off and do something else. So I'm not saying put out long videos just for the sake of putting out long videos. Make sure they're exciting and engaging and people will want to watch them, but keep that in mind if you are starting on a new channel, and that the content you want to create, if your goal is to become monetized, make sure that content will meet those requirements and that they're long enough to add ads in later. So for May of 2020, 397 views, watch time was 23.7 hours, and I gained 42 subscribers. My estimated revenue was 0 because obviously I'm not monetized. I'm not earning revenue on anything. I didn't really know what to expect. I obviously wanted to gain subscribers to help me reach that goal and to grow my channel, but 3 a day, awesome. Like, I was just so happy to see any kind of growth. 2 a day, peaked at six a day for this one day. I don't know what I posted, but again, you'll definitely notice a difference between days you post and days you don't post. That's been my experience anyway. I didn't do big hype before starting the channel. I think I maybe put a few Instagram posts up. That was it. I didn't have a huge Instagram following, so it's not like I had a huge following to bring with me to this platform. I was starting from scratch everywhere, starting from scratch Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, everything, TikTok, everything. So I was really excited to see that I even got that many views. I didn't know what to expect. And if we compare that to May of this year, 2021, I have 57.5 thousand views for this month. So, which is crazy. That's crazy to think about, that many people watched my channel. I'm so thankful for every view. It really does mean the world to me. But yeah, so if you're struggling with your channel and you're not seeing the growth and you're not seeing the numbers, just be consistent and stick with it. I know that's easier said than done, but the growth will happen. You will get there, because I went from 397 views to 1 year to 57,000 views a year later. And where's that going to be next year or the year after? Like, it's definitely a long game. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So if you're struggling, I hope this encourages you to see that you can get there, you can get the growth. And I'm still a relatively small channel. I'm I think I'm at almost 3,000 subscribers right now. Another big reason why there's such a jump from last year to this year is I started posting more often, which again means there's more content for your audience to consume. So May 2020, I was posting 2 times a week. May 2021, I'm posting 5 days a week. So that really helps. Obviously, Monday through Friday, there's new content out every day for someone to watch, and that brings them back to the channel. It also means that if they show up on Friday, they've got 4 other videos they can watch from the previous week. I started doing reactions to TV shows, so that keeps it consistent. Like I started watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so that keeps it consistent. If you're a Buffy fan, you know every week there's going to come back and be a new episode, whereas movies, it's a whole new movie every week. Like I think the day that I posted my first Buffy video, I gained like 90 new subscribers or something crazy, which is the highest I've ever received in a day. So that definitely helped as well to keep that consistency and to keep people returning to your channel every week for more content. And that's why you also see such a big spike even from April, March. I was around 34,000 for March, April 31,000, and then up to 57 for May, because there is such an increase of content there. So I'm super happy, over 100 times more than what I was at last year. For my first month on YouTube, which was May 2020, I gained 42 subscribers, which I was super happy about. Anybody that joins my platform, I'm super excited about. Honestly, I was just so excited to be putting out content and learning and seeing what worked and what didn't work and what people were interested in. I was doing some research on other channels to seeing what they were putting out as well. So 42 subscribers from May 10th basically to May 31st. You could see all the spikes from when I was posting to when I was not posting basically. I think what's important to me about this first month, and anybody's first month on YouTube, is to just be patient with yourself and give yourself time. Like gaining 3 subscribers, 2 subscribers a day, it's still a gain. You're still working on it, you're still getting there, you're moving towards your goal. So just try not to be too impatient, which is something I struggle with too, but just try to remember that YouTube's a long game, and that, you know, as long as you're gaining, every day counts. Like some of the first things I do when I wake up is to check my YouTube stats and to see where I'm at and see what growth, which is the great thing about YouTube, is that it works when you don't have to work. Someone could be watching your video at 2 a.m. while you're sleeping, and that counts towards your views, or someone could be clicking subscribe at 4 a.m. or whatever time it is for them. So just know that if you're making progress, you're doing the right thing, you're getting there. So obviously my estimated revenue was $0 as I wasn't monetized, but overall, for my first month on YouTube, I was very happy with these numbers. I didn't really know what to expect. I had never been on YouTube before. I had never tried to pursue this as an actual form of content creation. I'd obviously seen videos on YouTube before, but this was my first time kind of seeing the back end of it, and I find it super interesting. So I was curious to see every day kind of what the stats were and what was happening. And then if we compare the subscribers from 2020 to 2021, so 2020 I gained 42 subscribers, and then 2021, so if we go down to May of this year, under my subscribers, I have gained 647 subscribers in the month of May. So 620 some more than what I started off with a year ago, which I think is amazing. Like, it's just, it blows my mind to look at these numbers, because I knew the channel would get there eventually. I just didn't know when eventually would be. So to see these numbers, it just makes me so happy, and I just like want to reach through the camera and hug you all, because it means so much to me. Another big thing was that I started posting more often, so there was more content, more eyes on my videos, more people to interact with, and more people who had an option to subscribe, because even compared to April, 261, 400, 300. Again, these are all, I'm so happy with all of these numbers, but posting more frequently definitely helped boost that and give that spike. If I look back over the entire year since I started for subscribers, so May 2020, I made 42. June 44, like I said, July, August, September, I wasn't really posting at all, so 0 because there's not a lot of content. Nobody knows my channel. The chances of me getting subscribers when I'm not actively posting to it are very small. September 18 subscribers. October is when I started doing reactions and gained 123. 158, 119. January, I think, is when I started posting 3 days a week. So again, that definitely helps. So in May of 2020, I was at 43 subscribers a month and 397 views, compared to May of 2021 when I'm at 57,000 views and 674 subscribers. It's just crazy. Like, this is the magic of YouTube, is just the growth can happen. Yes, it took a year to get here, but like I said, where will it be in 6 months from now, a year from now? You just have to stick with it and be consistent and just know that it will happen. And just what a difference a year makes to have that big of a jump in 12 months, basically. I'm super proud of myself. I worked really hard to get here, and I know I still have a long ways to go, but I'm really enjoying this process, and I'm so grateful for all the support. It really does mean so much to me, and I'm very curious to see what next year's numbers will look like, and maybe I'll do another video next year to recap 2021, 2022, to show the growth then. I was able to reach my monetization goal within that year, which was amazing. I reached my 4,000 hours of watch time and my 1,000 subscribers, and it's been very reflective to take this time to look back and think about, wow, this is a year of work and this is where I've come in a year. And if you had told me in May of 2020 that this is the numbers I'd be getting and like these are the views, I wouldn't have believed you. I wouldn't have think that was possible. And I'm just so happy with this. And comment below, let me know, do you have a YouTube channel? What has your experience been like? Are my numbers average? Are they crazy small? I have no idea. I've just really enjoyed putting out content, and I'm just so happy to be doing this. And like I said, every view, every subscriber is so welcome, and I just want to continue to do this for as long as possible. Or if you feel that it's too late for you on YouTube, I guarantee you it's not. I only started this channel in 2020. YouTube had been around for years and years long before that. I am late to this game for sure, so don't feel like it's too late for you. And even if you feel like the market or whatever niche that you're interested in is already too saturated, you're you. So there's only one version of you. So even if it is saturated, you have your own unique perspective and your own unique experiences about that subject. So maybe work a little creative magic, try and find a unique spin if you can. My best tip for being successful is to just be yourself. When I was putting out scripted content, nobody really cared. I thought the jokes were funny, but it was just so static, and maybe it was just because I was not used to being on camera, wasn't used to YouTube, and was more focused on reading my lines as opposed to just being myself. I find everybody has been so supportive and just embracing my weird self, which has been, just makes me feel more comfortable and makes me feel like I can just be myself and not have to try and be something that I'm not. And if I make a bad pun or a bad dad joke or something, it's going to be appreciated, because that's the people who want to watch my content. And if that's not for you, that's totally fine. There's plenty of content on the internet. And remember that your content isn't meant for everybody. You want to find the people who appreciate your content and who value what you're doing. And if it's not for them, that's, like I said, like, that's totally fine. So that was my first year on YouTube, some things I learned along the way. I hope this was a little bit insightful, or gave you some analytics to what a channel can look like over the course of a year, especially your first year. Obviously, you're starting out and have to do a lot of work up front as you're starting everything from scratch. But thank you so much for watching. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content.